What do you mean by that?
We have an epidemic of feminine men, sassy men.
Now we have to talk about this.
Because I'm actually quite open to a lot of different dynamics of relationships, but
Like polyamorous.
no, not that type.
You can't control what someone else is doing. You can only control what you're doing.
One little one walked in, one man walked in. That sounds like a tune then. And then she's gonna, and then I'm gonna, and then she's...
Hello and welcome to What Do You Mean By That? The safe place for unsafe opinions. I'm your host Josiah, and I'm here to challenge ideas, question assumptions, and get people to say the things they usually wouldn't. But before that, my guests are going to introduce themselves.
Hi, my name's Kiana. I'm 18 and I'm from South London.
Hi, my name is Naya. I'm 19 and I'm from South London.
And I'm Kyra. 21 from
Now we're going to start off money, power, and modern relationships. Who here thinks money buys happiness?
It does.
Yeah. Immediately, yes.
I'm literally a receipt of money buys happiness.
I have to agree. I don't think there's anything that I couldn't pay for that would have made me happy.
I've got a it's very, when I say this, it's very serious. I've got a spending addiction, and it's very
agreed.
serious.
Definitely agreed.
So I crave the dopamine that comes with getting something new. Is it dopamine? Yeah, the dopamine.
Yeah, dopamine.
I actually crave it. And when I get it, it's like I'm like an addict. I want more, and it doesn't stop. So yeah, money does buy happiness. Facts.
No, but I feel like that's good though because it pushes you to work hard. You want to work hard for what you've got so you can reward yourself and buy yourself more stuff.
For most people, yeah, it does, doesn't it? Not me.
I feel like in the sense, well, in regards to money specifically, buying happiness, I feel like, obviously it's been said before, but I would rather cry in a Rolls Royce than cry in a council flat. I'm sorry. Because at least then, okay, cool, I'm miserable, say nothing, book a bloody flight. So go take a break. I'm gonna have enough money, enough assets to be chilling. Facts. So that I'm not stressing about, but I need to go back to work. I can't I can't take a break. I can't take time. If you've got the money, you can take time because time is money, and if you've got enough you can take all the time you need to come back and I guess in a sense, yeah, basically
It's like financial independence. You really do get to be independent when you have your own. But when you're working for someone, you're restricted. You don't have full free will.
Yeah.
100%. For example, people that are suffering currently in poverty, and that's actually very widespread all over the world. It doesn't matter if it's the UK, third world countries, USA, there's actually people in every single country who are suffering money-wise. And they've actually got those basic needs they need to think about before they actually get to think about, oh, okay, cool. Go on a holiday, buy something nice, buy a car, buy all those little things. And they've actually, their mind is a lot more engaged with survival. Yeah. So I feel like if you've got money, you don't really have to be thinking about life or death, where the next meal's going to come from, how am I going to get to work, how am I going to get back from work, all of those things, whether they can have children, whether their children can then be comfortable. So I feel like, yes, money, if you think money does not buy happiness, send it this way. I'll take it.
It definitely does. I agree. I do need rehab. I'm not even joking. It is.
Oh my God, there's a name for it. There's a name for shopaholic.
No, it's a thing.
There's a
people say it as a joke.
No,
it's a thing.
Psychological. It's called something maniac.
I forgot what it's
something
called.
maniac.
Oh, I got called that the other day. Yeah, I can't remember.
It's is it retail? Wait,
retail.
No, that's retail therapy.
Yeah, I do that a lot. I'm in therapy every other day.
Where's that? Westfield?
Yeah, every Westfield, every town centre.
The Harrods.
I wish that I could. I got bills to pay. I can't just spend money unnecessarily.
See, with me, if I'm tight for cash, and I have been in the past, the bills are going to have to wait. What I do, I transfer all my money to another bank account and then just...
Call it a damn day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, you mentioned financial independence, right? What do you think about women who want a man to cover everything for them?
I mean, biologically, men are kind of there to provide. Like, that's biological. Through evolution, has always been that men are there to provide. I think for me, I want to be able to provide for myself, but if I'm going to be with someone and have a family with someone, I want them to provide for me, because I know, like, my, like, biological instinct is going to be to look after and to nurture. So I do want my own. I do want to be independent on myself, but if I'm with someone, I want them to provide for me.
Fair enough.
No, her.
Exactly that.
Do you want, would you prefer to be a stay-at-home wife, or do you want to have your own career, but your partner obviously is the breadwinner, the main provider?
I mean, I do want to be a stay-at-home wife. I do see myself in the future kind of like not really doing anything and like looking after my kids and being a homemaker. But as of now, I've got so many things that I want to do, and I do want to have like my own passive income.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Fair enough.
I have to disagree with you there. I don't feel like I'll feel content being stay at home.
I think I'd lose the plot.
Same. I would just do absolutely
I think I would
anything.
genuinely, I'll be in a white suit by the end of it. I'll lose the plot.
Straight jacket.
Yeah.
Straight jacket. Take me back. No, but I have to disagree because me personally, ever since I was young, like just the way I came up, my parents, my mum, my dad, they would always be like, okay, cool, like, cool, so what's the next step for you? Like, what are you gonna do? Like any conversations I would have about my future, of course, like marriage and children, they were always in the question, but it was never I'm Middle Eastern, right? So I feel like a lot of Middle Eastern families would like, well, I can't speak for other cultures, but I know specifically Middle Easterns, they're like very heavy on like marriage culture and having a family and passing on your values to your children. But I feel like in my household, it was never actually like, oh yeah, this is like, you should be like this because this is what a man would want. It was always like, okay, cool. So how are you going to provide for yourself in the future? Not no kids, not no husband, not no.
Yes,
Obviously now that I've gotten older, now me and my mum sit down and we have the one-off conversations about like how I should like amend myself to be like bearable to be around. But at the moment that's not priority at all. So it's always been what I could do for myself until the day I die. So I feel like just growing up with that value, I feel like I need to have some kind of money just for myself. And if a man does come along, please.
It'd be fucked if he didn't. Yeah.
Yeah, if he comes along and he's got that value that he shares that value with me that. But the one thing I do actually agree with you on is men, I feel like to an extent should be the primary provider, because in the same breath I'm not going to expect you to be like
why are we slapping your ass, pretty much, innit?
Thank you. Like I'm not gonna I'm not gonna be expecting you to like be too deep into like go to every parents' evening, go to pick up the child every single day, drop off the child every single day, be at every doctor's appointment. Like I'm not going to be expecting that. That's probably going to be my job, because me, like biologically speaking, I'm going to be more switched on with what the child needs and what the how the child's gonna get by and stuff. So they can worry about the money, innit? But if not, then that's also fine. I also want to have my own hand in my own pocket. So
I can't lie, I was creasing. My sister told me that she takes my sister takes my niece to these baby groups. It's always females, always the mums and their babies. I was creasing. She said one divvy old man. It's always the divvy ones. One little one walked in. One man walked in. so feminine. So what's the word? Feminine. I can't say that word. Feminine.
Feminine.
So feminine. So up the fairies. I was just creepy. That's not a man's job, and I can't lie. It's sweet, in my opinion. As a man, you look like a dickhead. If you take your baby to a baby group by yourself, you look like a dickhead. That's just my opinion.
Why?
You just
'cause
look like a
they're
dickhead.
man?
You just. It's always the organic ones. It's always the organic ones.
Organic.
It's the
What does that
organic
mean?
men.
Organic.
If you know, you know. It's the organic men that go to these baby groups and they have the little sling on their arm and they're all like, and the little fucking stripy tops and they're fucking
Hawaiian
babies.
No, but I've actually got me and my mum were talking about it actually. So we were talking about this whole provider men v women situation, responsibility roles, all of that. And I brought up, but like just when I was younger, so I was playing devil's advocate and I said, oh well, men should also have like a hand in what's it called? They should also have a hand in like, well, of course they should have a hand in raising children, but they should be, there's nothing wrong with them being the primary caregiver for the child as opposed to the mum. And I brought up one example. I knew, I'm not going to talk too tough because I don't want to make it too specific, just in case they come back for me. But I know someone whose dad was there. Well, they had a mum. Obviously, they had both parents in their life. Mum was mainly at work. Mum was primary breadwinner. And dad was dealing with everything child related. And I was like, but look, like he can do it and he does it well and he's always there. And then my mum was like, I can't lie, you're young now, so we're not really going to have this conversation, but I guarantee you, men that are like that, they definitely have an issue somewhere else. Like, you don't know whether when they go home, mum and dad have an issue with sex. Like, their sex life is suffering because dad's so feminine. So, and I sat back and I thought, like, that's actually an outrageous take. But I hear it. But I fully hear it. Because if a man is so feminine to where he's, like, maternal almost.
The paternal men.
So
They're my favourite people to laugh at. I'm so...
That's dark.
like, they have to have an issue, possibly sex life, possibly financially, he's not doing enough. Like, so I feel like if we just go by tradition, I feel like the roles make sense. As long as everyone's got a hand in everything and everyone's doing their part, I don't feel like there should be an issue. Which
So, Josiah, question.
Go on.
You met a lovely lady, you've had a baby, happy families.
Oh yeah.
Your wife is sick. You need to look after the baby. Would you take that baby in a sling, you know what a sling is, into a baby group? I'm telling you, it's only the organics that do this.
I don't think I was ever taken as a baby to a baby.
As a man, like as a man.
Would I take?
Would you wear a baby sling?
If this is something that my partner takes my child to regularly, and my child would miss out if I don't take them, I'll take them.
Okay, yeah, I get that point of view.
But I don't need to go with a flipping sling.
Nah,
Like,
it's the organics. You should see them.
And a Hawaiian shirt.
Do you not see them on TikTok?
I'll take my child to the baby group and embrace it. I also don't think that there's anything wrong with. I don't think there's anything wrong with a man doing a maternal role, because at the end of the day, right?
No, of course not. But when it's like
maternal behavior towards a child should be very similar to paternal as well. Like, I don't think that a father would treat their child any differently to how the mother would. I don't think that they should anyway.
I mean, when I was studying psychology, I did psychology for A-levels, they were saying that the role of the father compared to the role of the mother are like very different. So the role of the mother is to nurture and to support, but then the role of the father is to like risk taking and like getting them to do different stuff and like supporting them like that.
It's adventurous.
Yeah, like more of an adventurous and like playful type of thing. So I think that like even in terms of like how men and women handle children, like in a general nuclear family in terms of like how fathers and mothers handle children are very different. But I think, yeah, like if it comes down to it and it's like a baby group and it's like so much of a big deal in that child's life, I think I would want to be with someone who like feels comfortable in his masculinity enough to like maybe not put on like a sling, but like take his child to the baby group.
Yes.
I don't know. As a man, there's no need to wear a sling. I'm sorry I said it. I'm so sorry.
Why not?
There's no need to wear a sling.
When I
There's no need. As a man, you can pick up a £4 bait or however much a baby costs. I mean, wait.
That's cool, yeah. I get that. You see, I got 2 little sisters. The youngest one she's 11. She's in year 7, so she's 11.
Come inside my daughter.
The other one is 13. And I remember my dad having one of these slings that he would even
No,
wear.
don't tell me this.
It wasn't his, it was my stepmom's, but he would also wear it as well and carry around. I don't see a thing wrong with that.
Oh,
It's cute.
If you're a masculine man, how many movies have you seen where masculine men have put on a dress? Have you watched White Chicks?
Yeah.
Do you think
love that show.
Do you think these guys are feminine because they've dressed up as women? Absolutely not.
There's a paycheck involved. It's their job.
Yeah, it's different, man.
But still,
It's not because he's put on a dress because he felt like one day.
I think it's just my opinion then. I think I've got quite a nasty opinion when it comes to stuff like this. As
like
my
my
future
strict.
husband, if I ever have a kid with you, if you're out here listening, you're not wearing a fucking swing. I mean, a sling. I can't speak today. As my future husband, you're not wearing a sling. You're not going to no baby group. That's my job. And it's an ick if you do that. I think I'll be quite put off. Where are you going to go? No.
So would they not do that in the house though?
Yeah, in the house. Of course you can. You have to.
So what's the difference
Not
in the
in
house
a
and
bunch
in
of
public?
in a room bunch of females. No,
With
I'm
a bunch
sorry.
of women.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just a bit weird when it comes to all that. I don't know.
I feel like you guys are arguing about like 2 different things. I feel like you're kind of going for more like men that are comfortable in their masculinity to do feminine stuff, and you're thinking more about feminine men who are just like kind of
Organics, yeah.
bitchy.
Organics. I can't stand organics.
Because in White Chicks, like we perceive those guys to be quite masculine, and like, oh yeah, they're wearing a dress, so they are masculine. They're doing it for their job. Yeah, that's masculine. And then you're kind of like, well, like why are they
Go
like,
out of
being like, why is he being
Go
a
out of
bitch?
his way to wear the dress.
And I think you're both right. I think that we have a epidemic of feminine men, sassy men.
Oh my god, let's
Now we
get
have to
into
talk
it.
about this.
Oh.
I hate that word. I hate every time I hear a woman say sassy or talking about sassy men, it pisses me off.
What?
Because 9 times out of 10, the behavior that is being displayed, I would not call sassy.
I mean, I determined to kind of be sassy men. It's like, it comes from like insecurity. I feel like sassy men are men that tend to be quite insecure. They're always trying to like humble you and belittle you. They don't like let you be feminine and then they're masculine. They're not letting you be in your natural feminine energy. They're always trying to like bitch at you and all that sort of stuff. I think that to me is what a sassy man actually is. I don't think it's like a man having emotion. We're all humans. We're gonna all have emotions.
So if a man disagreed with you on something and he was arguing with you, would you call him sassy?
No.
Is that what girls do?
That's what a lot of women, as soon as
Come
I see
on,
on
man.
social media,
Don't make
a
a bad
guy
name for us.
disagrees with a woman and they start arguing about, straight away, he's sassy. Why are you arguing? As a man,
No.
why are you arguing?
Okay. I feel like it depends. Okay, cool. I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. It very much depends on how you're arguing with me. If you're screaming at me because, sorry, I forgot to put a plate in a dishwasher or something, get out. Just move. Because what? What we're not going to do is start screaming and then, how can I explain it? Like, bringing up, I guess, you know how your mum, if you get into an argument with your mum and then she just keeps droning after you've left the conversation. If a man is doing, sorry, are you my mother? Are you my mother? I think not. So that I would definitely describe as sassy. Being upset, okay, cool. Now it's what you're arguing over. Being upset, like if I wear a dress and I'm going out, well, not even on a night out, but if I'm just going out to run errands and I'm just wearing something that's cute and you're suddenly catching an attitude, you are sassy. Why are you catching an attitude over nothing?
And that's insecurity.
Thank you.
I can't lie, I've never heard the term sassy man.
You haven't
No, they
heard that
exist.
term.
They definitely exist.
Nightmares.
You mentioned
Above
wearing a
life.
dress, yeah.
Yeah.
If your partner told you he didn't like something you're wearing and
Impossible.
you were going to go out, would you change?
Impossible. And you know why? I'm not saying it's because I can wear whatever I want and come tits out, bum out, everything out and then go out. I wouldn't even think to dress like that because everything I wear, I like to respect my body. Obviously on a one-off if I'm going to the club, and this is on the occasion that I'm single. If I'm going out, I wear what I like. It doesn't matter if tits out, bums out in it, but 9 times out of 10 not. But if I'm in a relationship, I would automatically have respect for you anyways. And that's me speaking for myself. A lot of women, maybe they carry on their single life habits into a relationship and that's what causes tension. Me personally, I know for myself, I very much pattern up if I get into a relationship. So if I've patterned up and I can see what I'm wearing is, I would say, on the modest side, and you're still catching an attitude, it's impossible. I'm not changing because I know I've carefully picked up my outfit. I've curated my wardrobe to where there shouldn't be a problem. So if you found a problem, that's your problem. You can hold that.
I understand, obviously. If you're dressing modestly and they turn around and say they have a problem, I can understand you not wanting to listen to that. But let's say you're one of these women who likes to show off their assets.
Can you not say assets? Can you say anything but assets?
If you were dressing like that and your man generally said to you, like, I have a problem with this, would you change? Or what would you say to a woman who is in that position where they're wearing something is revealing and their partner doesn't like it?
I feel like, okay, cool. I'm going to put myself in a situation. Let's say I was wearing something that is actually outrageous and my man, well, hypothetical man, had an issue with. I would dig deep and I would see if how I'm dressing is coming from a place of insecurity. Maybe I'm looking for something. But then it solely depends on what the outfit is. Right now, I'm just thinking of my own wardrobe. If I came out just like this and a man had an issue, I would look at you sideways. But if I am genuinely wearing batty riders that are going up my crack and then my nipples are borderline bursting out, I would and I was dressing like that while I was in a relationship and an issue was raised with that, I would genuinely look inside and see, okay, but why am I dressing like this? Because I have a lot of factors that go into my outfits. Like, so I would say faith plays a big part in how you dress and how you present yourself, your career. That also plays a big part in how you present yourself, like just the people you're around. It's just, I feel like your outfit says a lot about your character. Yeah. So if a man is raising issue with that, what'd you say?
When an outfit says a lot about your character, fucking hate that.
Why?
Because sometimes I want to dress wearing next to nothing, but that's not my character. You know? It's annoying. Like, people look at you differently. I'm just like, no, this is not me. I just want to wear this. Stop.
No, I hear that.
It doesn't make me who I am. Sometimes I don't want to wear clothes. Like,
no.
I don't think she said the outfit is your character. It says a lot about your character.
Be about your character.
If you are somebody who will go out dressing or wearing next to nothing, then I think that your character is called into question.
I don't really have a character. That's not me. I'm like, you might catch me in like fucking nun outfit tomorrow.
The one day a year that kind of metric
Halloween
tends to go out the windows, yeah. Halloween.
Yeah, that's what I'm on about.
Okay, cool.
That
No,
one
let
night
me
a year.
clarify then. I feel like it's a series of outfits that say a lot about your character.
Yeah.
If one day you wear next
to
nothing, and then the next day you're just in a full tracksuit hood.
Sometimes you just want a bit of pop
it just shows that you're like more spontaneous.
Yeah.
And more, I would say, creative.
Yeah.
in your outfit curation. But if you're consistently wearing next to nothing, I think that shows.
Oh yeah.
Do you get where I'm coming from now?
Excuse me.
Yeah, I guess it would. Well, that's I'm going based on like my dad's voice is playing in the back of my head. If you've seen someone in like a little blouse and like a skirt but not too short, but like kind of just up above the knee. Sorry, I would respect this person. But if you also approach someone in the same breath that's wearing batty riders and just a bra and they're outside, you would kind of just not take them as seriously. But I'm not going to sit down and discuss business with you.
Yeah.
In a sense, but that's more so where I'm coming from. And if someone is in a relationship and that is how they're continuously dressing, then I would suggest look inside, see why you're dressing. Maybe you just like the outfit, or maybe that's just what you think. But if you look deeper, you'll see why do you like that specific type of outfits or stuff like that, or see if you're even ready to be in a relationship, because relationships all about compromise. Like you have to meet in the middle eventually, even if it is over outfits. As much as I hate to admit, you do actually have to consider the other person in how you present yourself, because that comes back on both of you in a sense.
I remember the days. This is time ago, like years ago. Wearing next to nothing made me look like slimmer. Where did that come from? Like on Halloween, I'd feel slim. Like, but where did that come from?
Dressing for the body you want, not the one you have.
No, like for myself. Like I'm like, Cara, why am I in like fucking boxers? But then when I'd put on something normal, I'd look bigger, so I'd wear less to look slimmer.
I've never heard this
Exactly.
before.
I tell everyone, they're like, what the fuck? It makes sense in my head.
Maybe it's perception.
Dunno.
It might be perception.
Yeah, sometimes you might just feel sexier because like your body looks different in different clothes.
It was very strange. That phase is gone now, but very weird.
Less.
Very weird.
What do you think about 50-50 relationships?
Okay, I'm gonna pick up this one. 50-50 in my mind doesn't equate to 50-50 down the bills. It's 50-50 roles. 50-50 in responsibilities and roles. Just because I do believe in 50-50, but not doing, I'll do half of it and you do the other half.
Yeah.
I will take 50% of all responsibilities. I will hold 50% of the weight of this relationship, and you also hold 50% of the weight of the relationship, and you hold 50% of the weight of the relationship. So that doesn't mean we do exactly the same thing, just we both do the same thing down the middle. So what I mean by that, if we're going to go down a more traditional route for relationships, because I'm actually quite open to a lot of different dynamics of relationships. Not too open, but...
Like polyamorous?
No, not that type of dynamic.
What the fuck?
Not that type of dynamic. I'm talking in terms of like...
in the
more so,
monogamous relationships.
who takes what responsibility?
Hey.
Okay. No polyamorous. No, God forbid. God forbid. But if I decide, cool, I will wash all the dishes every single day. You are taking all the bins out every single day. If I am turning up, like, for example, in the hypothetical situation that I had kids with this man, if I am taking the children to school every day, you are picking them up every day. That's not me saying I will take them to school Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then you take them Tuesday, Thursday. If I've taken on the role that I am taking kids to school, you are bringing them home. So it's not more so the even split of doing everything together down the middle. It's more so doing different things, having different roles, but they're equal in, I would say, magnitude, in size of how much work or effort that specific responsibility takes. And that actually leads me onto the whole conversation of money and 50-50 with money. As a man, or as a woman, I'm going to speak as a woman because I am a woman. If I've agreed to be, I would say, the primary caregiver of the children, I am on top of everything. I'm on top of doctor's appointments, school, extracurricular activities, all of that. I'm expecting you to be on top of bills. We can go, like, I wouldn't personally mind I'm speaking for myself, I'm not speaking for any other women. I know a lot of women have different views to me on this. I don't mind going down the middle on bills as long as you're covering rent. So money-wise, I would say I would like the man to take more responsibility because I would take more of the domestic responsibility. And I feel like it just works in a perfect daily cycle from there. So when I see men that are like, you have to cook, clean, or take care of the kids, all of this, but we're also going down the middle on bills and rent,
Mad thing.
I can't agree with you there still. It's not a bit of me. That's me still. That's me.
Nah, yo.
Jeff.
Sorry, that silence.
Sorry, it felt like a bit of a dramatic exit on my...
That was. Just walked out.
Mic drop.
No milk.
No, I definitely agree with Kiana. I think that I would want to do most of the domestic things, and I would want my partner to be supporting us in a financial sense so that I can continue to do those things. Because if I'm doing everything for our children and for our home and you're slacking on your half, then we're not going to have a home. I'm not going to be able to do my things. And we all have different roles to play in like creating a whole that works. And then sometimes when like one person's putting more energy into something than the other person, it doesn't work out. So like, yeah, like if he's not doing all that well financially and he's slacking, but then I'm doing so much with home and I'm so stressed out, it's not going to work out. We're not going to be supported. So yeah, that's the whole 50-50 thing.
100%. No, to actually come off of that, I think if I'm maintaining said house and you are not bringing the money in,
You must be single.
we're going to be homeless. Like, there's not going to be a home for me to work in.
Definitely.
Like, and I feel like, actually, this was going to be one of my points. If I'm doing any work and the money that I'm receiving, that's for me. That's all going to me and my children. That's not, well, of course I will, on the occasion of a Valentine's, birthdays, Christmases, holidays, I will be obviously covering some of holidays. I will be covering gifts. I will be spoiling my significant other. But that money is not going towards, the money that I make from my job, that is not going towards the bulk of the financial needs of the home. I feel like...
Your money is our money, but my money is my money.
Thank you. But
We have
she
the
leads
same
me up
view
behind
there.
that.
We do have the same view. Me personally speaking, obviously, as a man, I believe in 50-50 relationships, exactly how you've put it. Obviously, an even share of the responsibilities. I've got my roles to play. My partner would have her roles to play. And obviously, you work together, you're able to thrive in a relationship, whether you got kids or not. And then obviously, financially, again, I want to be the breadwinner. I want to provide for my partner. My money will be our money. Her money will be her money. Naturally, women will spend their money on themselves and the kids. So anything I'm making, again, go extra to her, go to the household, go to the kids. But I don't want her to have to ever put money in towards paying for bills and stuff like that. Me personally as well, I would rather I cover all the bills. If my partner wants to chip in, then I'm not going to tell her
The
no.
gas and lecky.
But
That's about it.
if she does want to chip in as well, because that will make her feel better about things, then naturally I'll say cool. When I was in a relationship and we spoke about moving out, when I said I wanted to cover everything, she wasn't happy about that. she said that she didn't want it to be like my house that she's living in. She wanted it to be our house. So naturally I said, okay, that's cool. If we did end up moving out together,
I think I would have that issue.
You can contribute. So obviously it makes you feel better. Obviously you're putting into the house as well. It's not just me. So yeah, definitely I want to take the bulk of that responsibility, because as I mentioned, she's going to have children to be worried about and pay for. If I'm going out and working and she's going to be looking after the household, let's call it, she's obviously going to need money to do that. And I would rather she has her own money. She doesn't have to come to me every single time kind of thing. Naturally, if she does need it, then I'll give it to her. But for her to have her own money and not have to rely on me financially, that's what I'd want for her. Another thing is relationships break down all the time. So if you're a woman if you're a woman who's gone into a relationship and you're living in the house rent free and he's paying for everything, if the relationship breaks down, what do you have?
That's the whole point though. Like as a woman, you've got to have your own
Hand in your own
financial
pocket.
independence. Yeah. Because you need to have a safety net to fall back on. You need to be able to look after for yourself. Like, I know that in my culture, women have a lot of gold, because if they leave home or they're like leaving abuse and seeking refuge, they can sell that and they have money, because gold retains its value. So it's definitely that. Every woman needs to have her own. So even if like you're relying on a man, you're living with him and he's paying for everything, I'm always going to want to have like a little side hustle or have people around me that would help me. Yeah, because you never know. Have motion.
But there was something you mentioned. She didn't want to feel like she was living in your house. I feel like a lot of women have that issue. And then you also commented that you would have that issue.
I would have a fat issue, actually.
Feeling like you're living in a man's house.
Yeah, it's not your house, man.
I feel
you
like,
just pay it.
Yeah. No, literally, thank you. But I feel like in a lot of in a lot of households, you find that young daughters, they leave their homes, they leave their dad's homes to go into their husband's homes, and it's just like a repeated cycle. Then they have children, the sons that they have in that house, they go off, they find their wives and start their own households. They're on their feet, but then the daughters, they end up going from their father's homes into their husband's homes, and it's just it's a dumb cycle there. I feel like, me personally, I wouldn't want to feel like I'm living in a man's house, because if the responsibilities are split, our assets are also split.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that if a man's got a house in his name, half that house is mine. I'm not saying that. But if we have worked together to come into this home and we've moved in together, I wouldn't want to feel like I'm living under the rule of a man, essentially. So I feel like in that sense, 50-50 I believe in, because it's like we're both head of house, I would say. And because you're a provider and you've got the financial end of things, doesn't make me your inferior in a sense. So that actually leads me back to what I was saying earlier about how I would always want to have my own. I feel like I'd go mad. Like you would also go mad staying at home. Like I need to do something. I need to have my hand in my pocket. Like to feel like, okay, cool. If you ever start to make me feel like I'm your lesser, just pull out a stack of cash, go get my own crib, like just start over. Do you get what I mean? So that's that in a sense.
Something else I want to touch on, right? You said on the pre-show notes, the only way to protect your peace is to process emotions like a man. What do you mean by that?
I would die on that hill. To protect your peace.
Wait, like a man?
Yeah. Like a man.
No.
Yes.
I'm gonna explain quickly and then see if you agree with me there or not. So I feel like as women, not saying that we experience more emotions than men, but we do experience our emotions differently to men. And we probably experience them more often. purely to do with just how we're wired, I guess. To find and to protect my peace in a relationship specifically, I haven't done soul searching for the other parts of my life. I might sit here and think about that later. But whilst in a relationship, let's say you and your man argue. Oh, I'm going to put myself in a situation. Let's say me and my man argue. Most likely, bro's going to check out. He's going to go on a walk. If he smoke a spliff, come back, just sleep on it, come back, wake up fresh in the morning. Me as a woman, I know, and I've done this in the past, I will sit there and I will torment myself until the issue just sorts itself out.
That's healthier than what he's done.
But I feel like he finds a lot more peace in doing it.
But if that's how he deals with stuff, he's fucking constipated. He's constipated.
Constipated is deep.
Because I feel like if something walk's fine, yeah, but the sniff bit.
Okay, no, brush the split.
Okay. Yeah, it's fine.
What do you think?
I mean, I agree, definitely. I feel like the way that women compared to men process stuff is very differently. I definitely know that in relationships I've been in, I've tended to like dwell on the same thing over and over again and proper beat myself up about it. Yeah, and then realize that, wait, he's not doing the same. He don't care. He's outside right now.
I promise it's not as big to him as it was to me.
Literally.
Which is frustrating.
But that doesn't mean that he doesn't care, though.
No, I'm not saying that, but I think there's a way to learn. I think both genders can be kind of wrong about it, but I think there's a way to like learn how to manage your emotions properly and how to actually think properly. Like I've been in therapy since I was 16. My mom got me into therapy when I was like really young, not because of like any particular issue, but obviously you're a teenage girl, innit? You're going through stuff.
Everyone needs a therapist.
Everyone needs a therapist. I love my therapist. We're locked in.
My one's shit.
Shout out therapist.
You know, my therapy. I do therapy in like my therapist is from an Asian country. She's from Kazakhstan, and they're so much better because the way that they think is like collectivist rather than individualist. Like here. So they will like, when I'm in therapy, they'll sit and they'll talk about your relationships with other people.
Do they?
Yeah.
Guess what my one says?
Drink some tea. Have a bath.
That's bad. I'll be telling her some deep, dark,
You know, I paid you for this.
shit. Yeah.
I paid you for this.
Some deep, dark shit. And she's all like, yeah, I can imagine.
Fuck.
Yeah. The whole
So how
hour.
did you deal with it? Why are you asking me? I paid for you. Well,
And then
how do you think I should deal
I'm
with
just
it?
like,
But the big thing from like being in therapy from such a young age is that I learned how to process my emotions kind of differently. So while stuff still happens and I will still naturally beat myself up about it because that is who I am, I've learned to also kind of think more diplomatically and like make peace with a lot of stuff. I feel
you're
like,
more healthy-minded if you've been in therapy for that long because you've
Definitely.
learned a lot of literally professional shit.
Yeah, I've been in therapy for like
Shit from the core.
3 years. Yeah, and I think the way that I deal with stuff is definitely more like a man because I've learned to kind of accept stuff as you can't control what someone else is doing. You can only control what you're doing. So if I'm going to reflect on something, I'm going to reflect on it in terms of my own actions and what I can do to be better. And then I've also like learned to accept stuff as like, oh, this has happened, but like if I'm in that situation again, what can I do to do it differently? And I'll still be emotional, I'll still get upset, have meltdowns, like eat loads of ice cream, but
As healthy as.
yeah. But that's healthy as well. You also need to healthily release your emotions.
The ice cream one threw me.
Yeah,
There was a time I was going through some shit, but I was on a strict diet. I had a bag of carrots instead of ice cream.
And it was straight from McDonald's. Little mini baby carrots.
yeah. But I've definitely learned to think through things more as in like it's happened, but like what can I take from it rather than like oh my gosh, like I'm so upset, like you know. So yeah, I guess it's more like
Yeah.
man.
I feel like when I say like a man, I'm also thinking of resolving my issues more selfishly. I feel like as a woman, we're thinking about everybody and their mothers in a situation. Oh, but then he's gonna, and then she's gonna, and then I'm gonna, and then it's just one big
That sounds like a
fat
tune
bloody
then. And then
circle.
she's gonna,
Oh, yeah.
and then I'm gonna, and then she's.
Sample that.
And then she's gonna, and then I'm gonna, and then she.
That's funny. Back to topic. But if a man, I feel like I find that with the men I've had in my life, I'm talking like maybe my father, my brother, my cousins, the men I've been involved with, I find that every single time they are attacked with an issue, they deal with it in the most... they just throw everybody else under the bus and they just think about themselves because their emotions are the only emotions that matter to them in that moment. If they are upset, they will prioritize themselves. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Obviously, it's important to think of others in your coping mechanisms and, with the way you deal with things. But they completely manage to disregard every other outside noise there is and mainly focus on themselves and make themselves feel better. Which is why when I was in a relationship where I found that whenever I was in conflict, I was forever... I was in this relationship from when I was 15. So obviously there was not a lot of... There was development done, but there was not a lot of development done. Emotionally and mentally speaking. So... I found that one of the reoccurring problems for me in that relationship was anytime there was conflict, he would draw back, I would be chasing, let's sort this out together. And he would be like, no, I'm going to take time off. You deal with yourself, I'll deal with myself. And that absolutely battered my peace for me. Because I found that, but you don't care. And it's just, I always found myself in any bit of conflict, I would go chasing after the problem to attack it. I refused to sleep on it. And I found that he ended up happier than me. Even though I thought I was being a good person by thinking of both of us. Him taking time off and doing his own thing and prioritizing his own feelings and the way he was managing emotions actually worked out that he was a lot more peaceful than me. Even though I wasn't in the wrong. But I always wound up feeling like in thinking of everything else and everyone else, and putting my own emotions at the bottom of the list of priority, I was actually tormenting myself a lot more than I would have done if I had put my emotions right at the top of the priority list and dealt with myself first.
Yeah.
And took and if I had been the one to draw back and be like, look, I've got to go sort out. Like you.
It's a good lesson to learn. Been there, done that.
So, God, what a dark few years. What a dark few years. But I feel like I've adjusted that and I found peace, which is why I said that. So, do you see more so where I was coming from?
I can't lie. It makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense, I agree.
So
I agree. Do you agree, Josiah?
I do, to an extent.
It
I
sounded
feel
mad.
like, you see when you say like a man, right? All men are different. All men process their emotions differently.
agreed.
I also think that
Unfortunately.
I feel like the majority of men probably don't process their emotions in as healthy a way as
That's why they're all
as they can.
constipated.
But
I love this term.
the other thing
They
I will
are.
say is, as long as you're not hurting anybody else physically or emotionally, and you're not hurting yourself physically or emotionally, why would there be a right or wrong way to process emotion? If I want to process emotion by completely shutting out everybody in the world, hibernating, going into a hole, and then once I'm feeling better about whatever it is, I come back. What's wrong with that? Compared to somebody who maybe wants to go to therapy and talk through their issues and speak about things and display their emotions
Healing.
that way.
Go on.
So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think it's boundaries, and I think that everyone's different and everyone's gonna cope with their stuff in a different way. Once you know how to like cope with things without like hurting yourself or hurting someone else, I think it's completely fine. And I think that you hurt yourself and you hurt other people when you overstep your boundaries and other people's boundaries.
I feel like this is going to come from a very personal space, I feel like. But from a very personal space, I find that, obviously, so I've gone through a few different phases, emotionally speaking. I've gone through the attack the problem, scream, cry, shout, get out, torment myself, beat myself up. Then I took the other end of the stick, which was completely just dip out, just disappear, fall off the planet. And I find that I'm still so upset about this. I find that every single time I do that and I take a lot of time off, well, not a lot, but I go ghost for like a few weeks at a time. No one can access me. And I find it gives me a lot of peace, but I find that every single time I come back, someone's pissed. And it's...
Yes.
I don't have responsibility over your emotion. It'll be people that I'm not like necessarily like best friends with, because my best friend knows that if I've fallen off the face of the planet, she'll just be like, okay, cool. Take your time, come back. Yeah. It'll always be the random ass acquaintances that are, where did you go? I was calling, Do I give a fuck? Do I give a flying one at that? Like, and it's just jarring. Almost.
And do you know what? It's kind of ruined. I used to do that. I used to take time off. But then when I noticed people I had this one girl. Oh my God, this one girl. She's like, oh, let's call her Big Back, because she was a fucking big back. Whatever. Big Back knows I need time off sometimes, and it does me some fucking good. Because now I'm taking all this time off, you're now giving me anxiety, and now my time off ain't working, because I know when I come back,
you're just gonna be refreshed.
I'm just getting cussed out. I'm a bad friend. I'm a shit friend because I put myself first.
No,
sometimes, you won't hear from me for like 2 weeks. It's needed.
Thank you.
It's actually, I don't care. My mum, my dad, my best friend, I need it. If I need it, I need it, and I'll take it, and I don't give a fuck. You was in a car crash and you wanted to get hold. Not my business.
Sorry, like,
call
did I crash your car? Like,
call 999, not me. Yeah.
Do you know what? Me and my mum actually talk about this a lot. She calls it codependent. She says that like when you have relationships with other people and you always have to put other people before yourself, because like you rely on other people. You can't just be okay by yourself.
I hate that. I can't be friends with girls like that. Do you know how many girls I've been friends with? They're like,
very high.
I've always had it since I was young, actually. Like people get really madly obsessed with me, like friends. Like literally, like glued, like Kyra, don't let go of my hand. If you let go, I'm gonna fucking die. I'm like,
no,
I'm just gonna run now because you're weird.
We've got stories.
Oh, I think
okay, so I'm gonna draw out, and she's probably gonna end up watching this at some point, but I don't care. So I had this ex-best friend. We were friends. We've known each other from like year 7. I'm 19 now, so we've known each other from when we were 11, and we were never really that close, but we started getting close when we were 16. And in the beginning, it was all cool. We were always together. We were always doing stuff together. That's cool. But then as time started going on, like, we became very codependent on each other. We were always together. We were doing everything together. And I found myself doing like a lot of things for her that she wasn't reciprocating for me. And then when we fell out, it was her anyways, but when it all went to waste, and I was so depressed. I spent the whole of last year so depressed about it. But then also, like, I really had to learn, like, you maintain friendships when you become less codependent, when you begin to when you can have a bit of distance from each other, when you accept each other's boundaries. Like, when we were friends, she was getting into my relationships. She was getting involved in my relationships. She was like calling my ex-boyfriend. Yeah, she was like calling my ex-boyfriend. She was like messaging guys I was talking to, trying to like be friends with them, all this crap. It was like, no space.
This is not even surface level yet.
It's not even. This is not even surface level. Oh my God, like, it was so ridiculous because we hadn't learned how to actually have boundaries with each other.
That's when it fucks up.
Yeah.
Low effort friends are if you find a low effort friend, you will stick. Like, I've got a low effort best friend. We've been friends for years, like 10 years. Oh, and you. Forgot about you.
Do you want to tell them what she did on your birthday?
Yeah, you're low effort.
What do you mean by that?
Like, I can open your snap. If Josiah texts me and I open it and I leave it for a year, you're cool. I know you're cool. I can come back
Literally.
and I can say, Josiah, how are you? You'd be like, I'm good, Kyra. I'm like, yeah, I'm good.
There's nothing I love more than a mutual ghosting. Like,
Yeah.
like, you're ghosting me, I'm going, great, let's go. Like, no, and do you know what it is? The mutual ghostings, you can always just come back and talk because no one cares. Like,
literally.
it's not like, oh, is this feel guilty
The
now?
story you just said, that's I was in a literally very similar situation. It's draining. It drains you.
Draining.
As fuck.
It drains you. If I didn't call my ex best friend for one day, I'd get cussed the fuck out. I'm a bad friend, I'm a bad shitty human, I'm this, I'm that.
Sorry to
I'm
be
She even called me once.
Oh my god, is she right?
Yeah. Let's just bleep that one out.
Oh, father.
Anywho, but yeah, it's very draining when you have a relationship like that. It's nuts.
No, it's not. No,
Yeah.
that's not calm still. Like,
No.
sorry to be vulgar, but am I eating your pussy? Are you eating mine?
Innit?
Are we? No.
Are we scissoring?
Do you understand? Can I have
Literally.
some time? Like, oh my
I
days.
hear it.
It's quite childish. Like, I'm your best friend, so best friends do this every day. So best friends FaceTime every day, best friend have sleep. Like, sometimes, I don't like staying at people's houses. I like my own bed. I like my own routine. I like my own space.
I hear it.
9 times out of 10, I'm not sleeping at your house. Not because I don't like you, because I just have my own little thing.
Yeah.
Love you as a friend.
Yeah.
Oh, God forbid I said this to this girl. God forbid. They'd be like, you don't like my house, do you? I'd be like, no, I love your house. It's better than my house. Your room's literally bigger and cleaner. You don't like me as a friend, do you? No, I love you as a
But
friend.
that's insecurity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why? I don't want to sleep in your fucking crusty sheets. I'd be so real. No, I want to go home. I love my home. It's my home.
I'm paying rent at my home. Like,
Literally.
no, but you paid
Fuck
to
off.
be here. You won't be there. Like,
Yeah. I can't. Oh, I really can't stand people like that. No, it pisses me off.
And
I
it's
think that's why I don't like girls. No, not. 9 times out of 10, I don't get along with girls. I get along with guys more because of that reason. Because guys don't have that.
there's not that expectation.
Yeah.
Especially if it's a healthy female-male friendship and it's not like a...
Yeah,
under-
9 times out of
under-
10 the girls are like that. Just
Another
can't be
intention type of friendship. But,
Get out my arsehole.
ugh, God.
And I think when you're so close to someone, it's so easy for that person to overstep your boundaries because you give them a chance. But you always have to keep your boundaries with people because that person will just always overstep it. You can't tell people, oh, well, this is my boundary and always expect them to follow it. You've got to really, really, really be on top of it. Like,
Press it.
like with me, I do nails. I'm a nail tech, and I started doing nails on her, and I never used to charge her for it because I was like really shit. So I used to like mess up her hands and stuff. And she was
Beginner's a better word.
and I was really, really appreciative to her for it because obviously her hands were looking like shit and she used to walk around with it. So I was like, oh, you're like my biggest supporter and stuff.
Yeah.
And then when I started getting good, I was telling her like, you know what, like I kind of want to charge you a little bit. And it wasn't all that much, it was like £30. And I just started noticing that her whole attitude towards getting her nails done and all of that, like just proper escalated because it was like I was trying to set a boundary and she couldn't like use that situation, and it became really hard for me to set that boundary because I felt so guilty for it.
I'd be fuming.
Yeah, I was telling her for like 6 months straight, like, do you know what, I want to start charging you. And she would like come over and be like, oh no, can you do my nails for me?
Really? If you look at it like this, so this girl, she's happy supporting Keisha from the nail shop who she don't fucking know.
No.
Rather than you,
Yeah.
who she...
Best friends.
I suppose she wants you to have a bit of money in your pocket. She wants you to do good. Yeah. She would rather support Keisha, really and truly, not you.
But you know what? A lot of people would not pay their friend 50p for a bottle of water and go to the shop and buy it
Exactly.
for £2.50.
You
Because
got my
their
friend,
friend
everything's
didn't give it
free.
to for free.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Have my paycheck.
Do you know what it is? Yeah, I do hair, so I did my own hair. I find that I have a lot of friends that are like, oh, but we're friends, like friends and family prices.
I'm sorry, I've done hair in the past. That shit takes time.
Yeah, my back is breaking.
There's no way you can do hair for free.
Do you know I did? Okay,
Facts.
I've done an 18-hour shift. I'm talking 9 hours on this head, 9 hours on this head, pre-parting, blending hair. Thank you, blending hair. 3 different colors. Like I've done that. 2 heads, 1 run, 2 or 3 days straight, and then I ended up falling out with those friends. You know, it was the biggest regret of my life. You know, that was 160 pounds I did not pocket. And then people I've met 2 weeks ago coming, oh, friends and family prices. How about I pay you in promo? You know, I don't need your promo. You know, I've got promo. You know, I'm doing all right. Thank you. Like I've got return clients.
What the hell?
And it just gets me thinking, no, how about instead of me supporting you because you support me and pay me extra? Like, how about you tip me because we're friends?
Yeah,
I
definitely.
hear that one.
I wholeheartedly, unless you're my mother.
I can't stand some people.
Because, you know, even my mother pays me.
That's evil.
My mother paid me, because I do hair and piercings. My mother paid me to pierce her nose. If my mother's paying me, then, sorry, like...
Everyone else should.
I think people don't
You should
understand.
be
When
paying
you
double,
set up your own
like-
business like nails and hair, I'm sure you bought all your equipment.
Yeah.
You bought all your
So
equipment.
much money goes into investing.
So really, it's in a way, I look at it as like, I'm paying for your hair appointment. Because I'm using half my gummy,
gel.
half my this, half my that.
Yeah.
I'm paying, you're basically robbing me.
Robbing.
Yeah.
It's daylight robbery. I've had it before. I can't, yeah.
It actually gets my stomach bubbling because then I go and black out in bed because my back is breaking. I'm like, okay, cool, for what?
Yeah.
For them to take it out in 2 weeks.
You do hair, nothing's free. If you want your hair done, you pay. Simple.
Thank
I don't
you.
care. You're my best friend, you're my mum, you're my dad. I don't give a fuck. You pay.
So me and Naya actually have a system that works. She does my nails, and then like if I ask, can you do my nails? She does my nails. Whenever she wants her hair done, let me know when you want your hair done. I'm coming straight to London.
Yeah,
So
you're
remember-
basically paying each other.
Yeah, it's
Pretty
service for
much.
service. Unless it's service for service, and I reiterate, promo is not service. I promise you, I can post 2 TikToks, bang 2,000 views, call it a damn day. Like, unless it's service for service, don't shout. I feel like I'm going to completely abolish friends and family prices unless you're immediate family, and my dad and my
That's
brother
why I
don't
think
need their hair
it's
done.
so hard to make friends nowadays, you know. I struggle because I can't tolerate all that
Stupidness.
bullshit. I can't do it. I really, in my heart, can't do it. That's why I've got 4 friends,
My
4 and a
one of them.
half. One of them I just text. We just text whenever.
I cut off so many people this year.
Good.
I cut off family and everything. I've got cousins I literally don't talk to because it's like, we're family and we've all grown up together, yes, but like...
You have no boundaries.
Yeah, you have no
Yeah.
boundaries. You don't offer anything to my life. You don't do
Yeah.
anything for me. You just take a lot from me and it's not a healthy relationship. I don't care that we're blood.
The blood is not...
No, it's
the
true.
water, mate.
It never is. I feel like the people you choose to have in your life are the ones that actually count, not the ones who feel obliged because of...
Family's who you choose,
Family.
not who you were born
Yeah,
into.
definitely.
Exactly. Well, before I finish up, I'm going to obviously offer you 30 seconds each to shout out your businesses, promote yourself, everything.
Are you going to put it on the screen?
It'll
So
be
I
on
don't
the
have to spell
screen.
it out. Okay, great. So I make music. My music page on TikTok and Instagram is Smalls Music, SMLZ Music. And my hair, piercings, and soon to start up nail page is Sorcery Styles. So that's Sorcery, STYLEZ.
Yeah, I can't spell that. I was about to say that is
No, we'll just hope it comes
brave.
up, yeah. And my main Instagram is kiqnq.x. That's where you can find me.
My nail page is at 777 nailed it on Instagram and TikTok.
No way.
Yeah.
I swear I follow that page.
Is it?
I'm going to check in a minute. I'm not joking.
And my
No joke.
main Instagram is naya.ahmed1.
Carol.
Like always, my TikTok will be on the screen. Same old. Same as last week.
Well, thank you guys for coming and speaking with me. It's definitely been a pleasure.
Thank
I've
you for
enjoyed,
having us.
enjoyed hearing everyone's opinions. Unfortunately, that's all we have time for today. But don't worry, I'll be back here same time next week, 5 p.m. Thursday. Subscribe and follow. Share this with someone who you think argues too much, or maybe someone who you think doesn't argue enough. I want to thank my guests for showing up and standing on their opinions. And speaking of guests, if you've got a hot take that you're ready to share, or a story you think deserves to be heard, I'm giving you the platform to do that. Apply to be on the show now at whatdoyoumeanbythat.com/apply. My name is Josiah, and this is What Do You Mean By That?
You say you ain't broke, but you got no cash. Tell me, what do you mean?
We're going to kick straight off with a draw out for draw out. Kyra,
No, we're not. No. My food shop comes to 100 for 2 days.
if you cook out, what are you buying?
I don't know why we've now normalised the thing of, what's your pronouns? You're not a they then. My sister educated me in this. There's certain vaccines out there that make you gay. Facts.
Fuck me.